Hey everybody, welcome back to not today's video, but today's live stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know how I sound. I got a little bit of a different setup here. Got a really nice microphone that I just recently got into the mail for one of our new projects, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit later into this live stream. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in already. We had 60 people waiting in the lobby. So if there's one thing you guys can do for me, head on over to the live chat feature. A bunch of you guys have been using it. Let me know how your Christmas went. Let me know what you got. Maybe that was some race car parts. Maybe it was some Tanner Holmes merch. I'd be interested to hear. But today's a live Q&A, so we're going to get the opportunity to answer all of your guys' questions, get the chance to interact, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about me during this off season. Super excited to get the chance to talk to you guys. The off season is definitely one of the times during the year where, we sit around a little bit more. We're not really as active at the racetrack. Fortunate enough, though, as you guys know, I get the opportunity to race at the Red Bluff Outlaws on a weekly basis. So my season just never really stops. But we'll quickly get into some questions here. Like I said, let me know what you guys got for Christmas. I got the live chat pulled up. And it's going to be super exciting to get the chance to talk to you guys. Some people are asking already, where is Carly? Carly is not here today. She's down in the race shop. Was down in the race shop earlier working on her car, getting it ready for 2021. So one quick thing that we can do here to get into this live stream, let me know where you guys are watching from. I'd be interested to hear. Last live stream, we had a lot of people watching from Oklahoma and the Texas area. Also some people on the other side of the United States. So some people are asking, when are we going to be going to Knoxville? Hopefully we'll be in Knoxville in 2021. There's one big race towards the 4th of July. It seems like they usually have like a big 2-day show. So maybe something like that. Or we will see you guys at the Knoxville Nationals in the 360s. Missouri, New Zealand, New York. We got New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Cali, Massachusetts, Dayton, Ohio. Wow. So we have a lot of people tuned in from a bunch of different locations here. Let me kind of pull up the chat so we can see it a little bit better. Someone already hopped in and asked, what about the Dirt Cup? So yes, we will be at the Dirt Cup in 2021. That's a race that I actually was so sad that we had the opportunity to miss during 2020 just because of COVID, as you guys know, and everything that took place this year. 2020 was just such a weird season. If we're going to touch on that real quick, the main thing about it that was just so tough is we just didn't know where we were going to be racing at. Sometimes we would, go up to Montana, go up north to Washington. Sometimes we would head east, and we got the opportunity to go out to the Midwest, but we literally just had no idea where we were going. It just was, on Monday, we'd say, hey, this track's racing on this date, and we'll kind of figure it out and go. Now, normally we're usually those type of people anyway. We just kind of go on the fly, whatever's racing. We just try to, what's going to have the most competition and where we can be. But this year was just so much different. And, like I talked about, Skagit raced on Thursday nights. That's something that you don't see in the Pacific Northwest. Tracks don't usually race during the week. Coos Bay, another track that's close to home, about 3 hours away, they ran on Wednesday nights. And so we got the opportunity to go over there a few times, but just so unusual to race on some of the dates that we did, like in 2020. So hopefully for 2021, it gets back to normal. Also, something, though, that I think was good about it was maybe that opened the eyes to some racetracks that, like, hey, we can race on Thursday nights sometimes, maybe once a month, or a Wednesday or a Tuesday night, and still draw those high car counts that we saw. So like I talked about earlier in this live Q&A, you guys have the opportunity to ask all the questions you want. I have the live chat pulled up, so I'll just kind of be going through. Obviously, since we have over 170 people in here, there's going to be a lot of questions. And so just keep asking yours if you really want it answered. And like I said, I'll try to get to them. A few people right away I saw asking about New Zealand. And New Zealand's a place I really would like to get to. I think we might possibly have some opportunities to go over there. I've talked to a ton of people in the area. It seems like you guys have a lot of really, really nice racetracks. So I look forward to maybe exploring some opportunities to get over there and race. I did get the opportunity to watch Boxing Day at Western Springs. I believe that's where it was. It was Western Springs or the other track, but it looked like a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys continue to have fun through your speed weeks during this time of the year, and we'll be tuned in. Hunter Clark dropped a $2 donation. Thank you, buddy. Someone else asked, let's see here. Any tips for racing a 250 from Emma Davis? Yes. So my biggest tips for racing outlaw carts in general is just get as much seat time as you can. It would be really, really good for you to get to as many different tracks as well as possible in your area. But the biggest thing from the 250 coming from the box stocks is the box stocks, they don't have as much horsepower, and especially with their new engine package they have. So if you can just get out there and really work on like throttle control and figuring out how those cars accelerate, that is the biggest thing for sure. Because the 250 from a box stock, I mean, it's going to feel like you're absolutely flying on restarts. It's going to feel like you get down the straightaway and get off the corner quicker. So just really figuring that out, I would say seat time. That's really the only thing that can get you more experience. Connor asked, are you going to race in PA at all this year? I hope to get to PA as well. I think ASCS goes through PA once during the season, and there's quite a few 360 races, it seems like, in the area. So hopefully you'll see us up in PA. I know that the tracks are obviously much larger up there, but I tend to like some of the bigger tracks. I haven't got on a place that it's as big as Williams Grove or even Sillins Grove, but I have been on a few smaller half miles, and I've seemed to adapt well and kind of enjoyed that style of racing more than the bull rings. Jarrett asked, what do you think of them putting dirt on Bristol? Now, this is an interesting thing. I personally think it's going to be an awesome event, but I'm really worried that something might happen. If you watch some of the older races from Bristol, they're just going so fast. And now that the cars are even quicker, I believe they're a little bit lighter. I worry that someone could potentially get hurt. So hopefully everything goes good. I think, though, if it does turn out right, I think it could be a pretty big event that continues to go on for years and years to come. I was looking at some of the entry lists, and it seems like every single class is just filled up, max capacity. So that's what we like to see for dirt racing. Someone asked, are you going to the Tulsa Shootout? Not this year. I really wanted to get to Tulsa. As far as big events in 2020, that was the tough part, or I guess I should say going into 2021, like Tulsa and Chili Bowl, trying to make something happen. Obviously, if it was the perfect opportunity, I would 100% take it, but it's tough because with some of the limited fans that are allowed to be there, like certain things we would love to do, go there, have our merchandise and meet as many of you guys as possible. For example, like with the Chili Bowl, I feel like it would not be normal, and it would not be a good year to have it be my first year at the Chili Bowl. I'd rather have it be normal, where, like I said, we can meet you guys, we have our merchandise, and hopefully, just get our first experience in that building. Zane asked, Tanner, will you ever race at Port Royal? I hope to be at Port Royal. That is one of my dream racetracks, definitely in the top 5 of my dream tracks in the United States, or I should say global, that I would like to get to. I think that would be a blast. And one of the cool things about that place, it seems like it starts out very quick at the beginning of the night, but by the end of the night, man, it's just super, super slick. And right around the fence, right on the bottom, sliders, every corner. So one of those places I would love to get to. Someone asked about going to Texas. Now there might be a chance you'll see us in Texas here soon. I believe there's also some 360 stuff, national and maybe some regional stuff down in those areas. I know Texas is pretty big for 305s, and I don't have a 305. I have a limited. They're a little bit different. So maybe one of these days we'll get down in the Texas area. But you guys do have quite a few cool racetracks. What is going on today in the shop? Asked Ty. Today in the shop, we actually got some stuff stickered, so that'll be coming to the channel here soon. Probably we'll do something for channel members as well, but just kind of getting our first car ready for the season, just because, we like to be prepared. It's better to have a lot of time to do it than to be in a rush. There's nothing good that comes when you're in a rush and, you're racing in just a couple weeks. So we're trying to get all of our work done as soon as possible. So maybe we can, and not the word is relax, but, just be ready for the season and really start to plan out our schedule and do all of our last minute things before our first race. Someone commented about Port City. Are you going to come to Cali this year? We have so many tracks for you to experience: Marysville, Tulare, Hanford, Placerville, Chico. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance we'll also be in California this year. It's obviously close to us, and I know there's quite a few big races, like possibly Trophy Cup and whatnot. So I think when those entries open up, we'll definitely try to be one of the first ones to get our foot in the door. But Trophy Cup would be a fun one. I know Peter Murphy just recently took over Hanford within a couple years, so I heard that place has been really, really good. And that seems like actually one of the coolest tracks to watch in California. The highlights, super wide, super slick and fast. So hopefully you'll see us down there as well. So, a couple of people commenting. Also, I saw again about the New Zealand deal. Yeah, hopefully we'll be on a New Zealand tour soon. Either that or hopefully, Australia. I know I did a video recently on the Perth Motorplex, and I watched night number one of their Western Australia Speed Week. And man, that place just looks so much fun. Kind of reminds me of a few tracks we have here in the Pacific Northwest. So maybe one of these days we'll get over there. Alex asked about Ohio. Will we ever be coming to Ohio? Yes. Ohio has a speed week actually for 410. So I think once we get a 410, that will be a place, one of the places to be. It's so cool how many nights in a row you can run and all the different types of tracks you get on. One of our channel members, Nick Petruzzi, said, "Hey Tanner, hey Nick, how you doing?" Nick's one of my good buddies from down south in California. He helps crew on the JSR 17, and they race all throughout California, Arizona. They came up and waxed all of our Oregon guys at Speed Week. So, Nick, hopefully you're having a good one, man, and hopefully you enjoy the live stream. Spark Racing said, "How much is it to make a roller in a sprint car?" I would say definitely best of the best. You're going all out. It's going to cost you probably over 20,000. That's just how it goes, man. Racing's really expensive now, and it's something that it's like I said, it's became really really expensive as of lately. KFX, the gamer, dropped a $5 donation. Donated you last stream. Have not added me in my Discord. Is Austin Davis number 9614. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you so much for dropping that donation. I will definitely make sure to do that afterwards. Gavin asked one of our most asked questions. Are we going to be getting in a 410 soon? Man, you'll just have to stick around and find out. The 410 thing would be fun, but also there's not a lot of 410 stuff on the West Coast. So like, unless we're going to do a lot of traveling, it's just more worth it to focus on the 360s. We're definitely going to try to make that happen because you always want to keep moving up the ladder. But if we can get the right people to help us out, hopefully we'll have something together here soon. Charles said sponsorship. If someone wanted to support you for a weekend, how would they go about it? Is there a minimum purchase value for a small sticker or nose wing side panel or something similar? Yeah, so how I like to do it, there's a bunch of different ways you can support our team. People always ask me this, and kind of the rundown I always like to say is as far as sponsorship goes, we can do many different things. I really like to try to accommodate the sponsor as much as possible and what they're interested in doing. And that could be a little sticker, that could be a big sticker. If people want to, or a company wants to, they can support us for just one weekend and we can do a sticker in certain spots on the car. Preferably, though, I like to do more of like a long-term season thing. I don't really like to put someone's sticker on and then peel them off. That just doesn't feel right to me. So we can definitely do some season-long stuff, or even maybe for a speed week, or for a certain section of the season. And yeah, that just, if you get in contact with me, we can talk numbers there. But like I said, I really like to really walk along with the sponsor as much as possible, and it is what they're interested in doing. Other ways, though, you can do it if you're smaller and you just want to help us out a little bit. You've seen people join as channel members here on the channel. It's $4.99 a month, and that helps us go racing in a super small way. But you also get access to our exclusive content, and you get access to our Discord group where we like to hang out each week. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but definitely email me. I have a lot more of a rundown I can give you. Let's see. Keep sending in your guys' questions. I love answering, and I just love talking dirt track racing. One of my favorite reasons I like to do these live Q&As is to talk about, like I said, racing, but just gets me amped for 2021, and super excited to do more traveling next year, because one of my favorite parts of this last season was getting the chance to meet all of you guys. Some of the big tracks where we had large turnouts was actually in Wyoming, believe it or not. In Wyoming at the Sweetwater Speedway, tons of fans there. Creek County in Oklahoma, which if you guys are from Creek County in the live chat, make sure you drop that right now. But man, Creek County was a big turnout. And then also for the Hockett, the Jesse Hockett Memorial in Wheatland, Missouri. What track do you want to visit the most? If I had to pick one, I talked about it earlier, probably Port Royal, but right behind that would be I-55. Those are two tracks that you just see and you're like, man, those places just look really, really fun. Large turnouts, racing's a popular thing at those places. And man, maybe in 2021, we'll get to those two tracks. Another thing I should mention here before I get into some more questions is if you guys want to be featured in our next crash compilation, whether it's your buddy's crash, your crash, a crash you filmed, I'm getting ready to shoot another one of those. So make sure you send me an email, tannerholmesracing@gmail.com. Email it to me, send it to me on social media, whatever you got to do. And I'll be trying to feature as many of you guys in the next one. I'm trying to have that video out for the first of the year. Kind of started off with a really fun video. Luke RO8 says, what do you think about Attica Speedway? Never been to Attica, but I've had a few friends that have got the opportunity to race there, and it just looks like a typical Ohio track. Really, really fun, fast, and the racing is usually really good in the highlights that I get to tune into. So would love to be there in person and see how it races, but for sure, it seems like one of the best tracks in Ohio. Someone asked about Votto. I actually have a friend from down in Votto. He races legend cars down there, but Votto looks like an up-and-coming track down in the southern United States, and it seems like they put quite a lot of effort into making it, one of the best facilities in the area. So one of these days we'll get to Votto. One of our channel members, Explicit, asked, planning on running any Northwest Ford Focus midgets in 2022? I'm completely new to racing. Should I build a completely new car or buy used? Yeah, see, when you're getting involved in racing, it's tough. If you have the money and you just want to go all out, definitely buy a brand new car. I mean, there's nothing better than that. But if you're racing a little bit more on a budget, I would definitely recommend trying to find a good used car, do your homework, and figure out who's fast in the series. And maybe at the end of the season, send them a message and see if they're interested in selling their stuff. Usually you can get it at a good price, but you're getting in winning equipment and something that's going to be up front. So that really applies to anything you're getting into. Outlaw carts, sprint cars, anything. There's plenty of good used options that you can get, maybe if a car only has a season on it, and get it at a much better price than just going out and buying brand new. Am I going to be watching the Tulsa Shootout? I will 100% be tuned into the Tulsa Shootout. A bunch of my buddies are going to be racing there, and I will 100% be tuned into the Chili Bowl. I'm getting ready to fill out my Chili Bowl pool here in just a few days when it gets released. So going to try to make the best picks possible and see if I can win a little bit of money. What is your opinion on street stocks? That's from Murphy Racing 2217. Street stocks are awesome. One of the coolest divisions, in my opinion, in motorsports. And here's why. Just it's good old back road racing in a way, but also the cars fly around the track. They're door to door, and I've seen some pretty good street stock races in the past. So it's also one of my favorite cars to drive on iRacing. It seems like they're a lot of fun. Like I said, you could throw some pretty big haymakers. You can go door to door, and it's just something fun to rip around with your buddies. So street stocks are by far one of the most fun things to rip. Man, a bunch of people from Wisconsin are in the chat. Wisconsin, one day we'll get up there. There's some big outlaw kart races up in Wisconsin. I can't remember what they're called now. I'm just blanking on it, but it's at the Thunderhill Raceway. So one of these days we'll be in Wisconsin, whether that's an outlaw kart or a sprint car. If you had the choice to go with outlaw karts or micro sprints, which way would you go? I would go with outlaw karts. That's 110% biased because of where I came from. And now, obviously, I still run them. And I have a great partnership with Factory QRC, but it all depends on your area. From the West Coast, Northern California specifically, 110% outlaw karts. I believe the Oklahoma area also has some good local competition for outlaw karts, but probably most other locations, maybe also up in the Iowa area. In Wisconsin, they got some good outlaw kart stuff, but everywhere else is kind of more micro dominated. So I would say it really just depends. But for the most part, outlaw karts is what I would say. Just depends where you're at. Let's see. Are you going to be doing any more iRacing in the off season? Yeah, I would like to put together a fun race here soon. I'm just not really sure exactly when. It all just depends with, when our season's going to start and what that's going to look like. But really hoping to put together something just for you guys to race with me and have something to do in the off season, kind of while we're getting the year started. Let's see. Randy said PA is bigger, much bigger tracks. Yeah, no, PA seems to be just big half miles. Some of the fastest tracks in the country, but also some of the best racing fans in the country and some of the best racers. Like, that's one of the coolest things about PA. Nate Knotts Racing says, how do you ask sponsors for money without sounding money hungry? This is a tough one. This is one of the toughest questions I could probably have to answer because I'm the same way. I don't ever want to sound money hungry. I don't ever want to, when you're talking with sponsors in general, I just hate asking for money. It's a tough thing to do. But like I said, just do your homework and try to, look up some stuff on the internet. I know there's quite a few people that have given some great advice on how to ask for sponsorships. I'm not really the greatest person to ask, but one of the biggest things is just try to do it as many times as possible. Like the worst thing you're going to hear is no. And the more experience you get, the better you'll get at it. I think that's just one of those things. Like the more experience you have talking with sponsors and asking people for money or asking for people for help on your car, there's obviously a right way to do it, but the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So it's just something that over the years with more experience, you'll definitely get better at. What is my opinion on the big block modified? The big block modifieds in general and in real life look awesome. Like I got to try one out one of these days. Maybe if I'm ever up in the PA area in New York, it seems like where they're really popular. I would love to get in one. As far as iRacing goes, they're probably one of the best cars on iRacing. I fell in love with them over the past couple of weeks. We ran a big block race last night at USA, and it was just a ton of fun. Like the cars drive really well. You can throw huge sliders. You can run multiple lines, go door to door. So iRacing absolutely killed those cars. They're really fun. Is Carly gonna have her own 360? The Carly deal, we're kind of still playing, little by little. We're trying to figure all of that out. For her, we're just trying to get her in as many limited shows as we can this year. That really works for both of our schedules. So we'll kind of just have to figure it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sorry, I thought Carly was actually behind me for some reason. She did that in the last live stream, but no, we're going to try to get Carly in the sprint car as much as possible this next year. Let's see. Like I said, if you guys keep having questions, keep dropping them in the chat. I know I can only get to a few at a time, but I love doing this, and it's a good opportunity to kind of end the year on a strong note before we get into 2021. Mo9542 asks, do you plan on racing any of the following tracks in 2021? Port Royal, Big Diamond, Bridgeport, Baps, Grandview. I can't confirm or deny any of them. I would say probably out of all of them, man, honestly, I don't even know. It's hard to say without schedules really coming out. I don't want to say something that, we're not going to be able to go there or not. But Port Royal, like I talked about earlier, would love to get there. All 5 of those tracks, I think, would be a lot of fun. We just have to see how the schedules all align up. Let's see. Eldora. Someone asked about Eldora. Another track. That's like a dream track. Man, that place is so cool with how slick and banked it is, and right on the fence, right on the bottom, sliders every corner. That's a place that we got to get to. Grayson asks, can I play iRacing with you, please? Absolutely. I guess for all you guys, look for me on iRacing tonight, probably after this live stream or a little bit later. I'll try to hop on the sim, maybe host some races. So once this live stream's over, definitely, like, if you want to play, send me a message or just keep an eye out for me on the service. I bet we'll throw up some races and try to fill them up, have some pretty fun tracks and car combos. Let's see. Case asks, do you like your partnership with QRC? Absolutely. I guess if we quickly want to get into that story, maybe I'll tell it in a whole video one of these times. But my partnership with QRC, first off, QRC is the #1 outlaw kart manufacturer in the nation. Like, that's just a proven fact. Since 1985, they're the only people that have been around as long as they have. And pretty much, it's actually really. One sec. Oh, looks like we got another. Oh, Nate Knotts Racing became a channel member. Hey, thank you so much, Nate. But no, so I met QRC. I met Jimmy Elledge actually in 2013 or 14. I won the West Coast Nationals, and he had just bought in QRC carts. So what happened was I won the West Coast Nationals in a QRC, and he came over to my pit and actually gave me $100, like, for winning. Like, hey, congratulations. And we talked to him for a little bit, just immediately became friends, and he had brought us over some merchandise. And from there, it just kind of kicked off. And it was funny, kind of within the next couple of years, he had always joked with me like, hey, you're going to drive our house cart one day. And I was like, all right, so I just, I was like, man, maybe one day it'll actually happen. I never knew. And just kind of with how everything fell into place, Logan Seavey, the previous house car driver, he had moved up. He had got an opportunity with Toyota, KKM, and a lot of other big people. And so he was kind of done racing outlaw karts in the winter because he was just moving on to bigger and better things. And it was right at the right time when I had moved into the open class. and QRC hired me to be their factory kart driver. So just so awesome what we get to do with them, and it's been so much fun racing with them over the past couple of years. Few people are asking opinions on go-kart racing. Yeah, so my opinion on go-kart racing, it looks fun. I haven't done a lot of flat kart stuff. I'm kind of scared to race without a cage. But if you're saying go-karts in the sense of outlaw carts, big thumbs up. But if you're talking flat karts, I can't even judge them. I've never ran them before, but they look fun. Oh, a few guys heading out. Flynn, hey man, we'll see you. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. What's the hardest part about racing? The hardest part about racing is taking the ups and the downs and figuring out how to move forward and still be kind of not excited about it. That's not really the right word, but just how to take the ups and the downs in the roller coaster ride that racing is and not let that really affect your next race. For me, I've really had a lot of fun over these past couple of years. And I think part of it is just because I've really kind of figured that out. Doesn't mean you don't get down and you're not disappointed. That stuff happens all the time. But if you can really figure out how to not let it affect what you're doing, like if you have a bad night, just shake it off and move on to the next one, or, spend your 24 hours pouting about it, all frustrated and then move on, type deal. So once you can kind of figure all that out, that's the way to go for sure. MP3 Adventure Kid, he said, my dad bought your old seat and I want to thank you. Hey, thank you so much. That's awesome that you bought the seat. Hopefully you guys put it to some good use. And then Jack dropped a $1 donation. Hey, man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Do you race the Roblox on the Tulsa Shootout? Yeah, I've been on Roblox a few times on all the tracks. I don't know who created them, but they created Red Bluff. They created some other stuff. So whenever I'm bored, maybe late at night and you have nothing to do, you always got to try those out. Let's see. When do you think you might run a micro? I'm not really sure. Micro is definitely something I want to get involved with. Micro racing looks a lot of fun. And so I guess just throw it out there. If you guys got a good micro and you're looking for a driver, that's me for sure. I'd love to just come try it out, make some cool content around it and try to run as far up front as possible. But micros would definitely be a big jump. And it'd be something that would take a little bit of time probably. But I think with running an outlaw kart and then also having some experience in the sprint car, it's probably somewhere in the middle. And that's what a lot of my friends have kind of said that participate in the micro ranks. Do I have dirt track and sprint cars? I do not have dirt track and sprint cars. I probably need to look into it. I think a while ago on one of my old phones I did, but I haven't played it in a couple of years. Greg's tuning in. He said, hi, Tanner. Love the videos. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sam Osborne says full-time with the All-Stars in the future. I don't know. The All-Stars is a great series. I think if I were to go full-time with anyone, if you could really pick like a dream series, it's definitely the All-Stars or the Outlaws. So one of these days. T asked difference between a limited and a 360. Yeah, so as far as driving them, the limited is just obviously much slower. They don't take off very well. You really have to keep them going. Otherwise, they kind of fall on their face just how they are. They do usually run a little bit hotter. That's one of the things they're known for. But the limited, you just can't obviously do as much. The 360, way quicker. It just feels like a limited, but faster. And you're able to make moves a lot quicker. And obviously, the competition's more stout. As far as the engines go, the limited's about 550 horsepower. The 360 is about 720 to 730, maybe a little bit more. And the limited, though, it's not a 305. That's what some people kind of get wrong, is the limited is 360 cubic inch. It just has flat top pistons, cast iron heads. And it's more limited for sure. Let's see. When am I going to leave the sprint car? I don't really plan on leaving sprints. I think sprints is really like the end all be all for dirt track racing for at least what I'm doing right now. Obviously you could go the asphalt route, but that's just a lot tougher, I think, to transition from one to the other. But I really enjoy running sprint cars. And I think that's something I would definitely want to do for a long time. Mo94542, one of our channel members, says, Tanner, what do you think of champ carts? The flat carts with the cage. Oh, yeah. I think a few guys showed me pictures of the champ carts. They look interesting. We don't really have them in this area, so I've never got to see them in person, but that's something I would love to maybe go to a race and watch them. I think all different forms of racing are super interesting and a unique opportunity to just see what other people enjoy and something that could be, a lot of fun to do. Favorite track in Kansas? Man, this is a tough one. Who asked this? Skymer. Yeah, Favorite track in Kansas, it's between 81 and Lakeside. I can't really pick. Both were fun. We ran good at both places, and they both suited my driving style really, really well. 81's obviously a little bit smaller than Lakeside. I'd probably have to go with 81. There was just something about that night, how we had the car set up, and how unique it was because it was weird. Like how the curb was kind of getting up towards the fence, and it wasn't on the fence on entry to the corner, but it was on exit of the corner. Like it really got thin on exit. And I remember we were talking, I think it was with Seth Bergman, and he kind of gave me some tips because he was flying in his dash. And I was like, man, what'd you do? Because I felt like I was falling off the curb. I was kind of bouncing back and forth and just losing time. And he's like, just trust me, go in there on top of it and gas it up. And it was funny. That night I did that in the A, and it worked really, really well. We ended up running in the top 5 with some really fast cars. So Seth won that night. Obviously, he had it figured out. Quarter Midget Racing asked, will we be going to Indiana anytime soon? Indiana's big for non-wing, and I have never ran non-wing, but maybe one day in the future you'll see us out there. Would love to go to like Sprint Week or even Midget Week throughout Indiana. That's obviously huge, in that state, and it just seems like a good time. Are you going to stop at Big Diamond Speedway at all? No, I don't know about Big Diamond. I know we were at Diamond Park this last year, which is kind of in a different spot in the United States. Similar name, but maybe you'll find us down there. Let's see. Who's my favorite Formula One driver? Man, I hate to tell you guys, I don't really watch Formula One. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just not that interested. Like, I know most people are. I don't hate on the racing at all. Like, I know it's super complicated and there's all these kind of different teams involved and stuff. But I don't think I've ever watched a Formula One race in my whole life. I race a mini stock in New Zealand. That's from Leela. That's awesome. The mini stocks in New Zealand look like a lot of fun. I've got the chance to react to some of those wrecks, and some of them are pretty gnarly for sure. Hey, Tanner, what about Lucas Oil again? James Finley, I will be at Lucas Oil. I mean, if you guys have never been to the Lucas Oil Speedway, like, let me paint a picture for you real quick. Nicest facility you've ever seen. It's called the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. Like, you have the Speedway, which looks literally like a stadium. Like, if you look at it, it literally looks like a stadium. I bet if you're like up in the air or even just where you're at. And then you turn around and look at the pits. All the pits are paved, super nice stalls. There's a car wash there that you can roll over, like a full functioning car wash. If you're bored and you just want to check out the rest of the facility, they have golf carts and you can rent out golf carts for the weekend. That was during the Hocket. And you can drive all around. It's just this tiny little town, Wheatland. And there's tons of fun things to do. Literally a bunch of drivers in the morning before the races, they have a drag boat pond and they're all fishing in the ponds. There's campground in the back. There's the off-road track. Like, it's nuts. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. So 110%, I will be back there every chance I get. Murphy Racing asked if I ever heard of Brandon Shepard. Absolutely. He's one of the, as kids would say, like the GOAT of late models, I guess, nowadays. The guy wins a ton of races. I don't get a chance to follow along with late models as much, but it's a great form of racing. Suze Lane says, "Hey Tanner, you should come to the Gold Coast. Although we don't have tracks, big tracks, we got Archer Field, which is about an hour north. Yeah, Australia. I would love to kind of see all the different tracks there. I know that they're all pretty spread out, which is kind of unfortunate, but I know they kind of make it work to where drivers can head to all different parts. Western Australia, over by Archer Field, also, and some of the other places. I don't know all of them all the way off the top of my head, but like I said, I need to get over there." Logan says, "Hey, Tanner, I run a modified in a 4-cylinder. That's awesome. 4-cylinders look like a lot of fun. You guys know I've talked about it in the vlogs before. Got to get in a 4-cylinder one day." Dirt Racer 77 says, "You should come to Shady Bull Speedway. It's asphalt. They race late models, modifieds, thunder cars, street stocks." Man, I need to get there. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, Brad says Buddy Kofoid, the GOAT of sprint cars. Yes, Buddy's really quick. I talked to him quite a few years back at the Outlaw Kart Showcase, and he's just an absolute wheelman in the sprints. Joanne says, my dad races 410s in North Dakota. That's awesome. North Dakota, maybe drop a comment about all your tracks, but I know you guys have quite a few cool tracks up there where Donnie Schatz is from. And I think the one's River Cities. River Cities looks like fun. I need to get there. Emma says, will you ever come to Idaho to race Outlaw carts? Yeah, I heard they just recently put in a track up there. So maybe you'll see the 18T in the area. Our goal is to race at their new track because that was on the schedule. There's a new sprint car track in Idaho. I think it's the first time Idaho's had a sprint car track in a long time. I believe it's called Blue Valor Speedway. So hopefully you guys will see us up there. I know there's a national race, national ASCS race at this new track. So like that's interesting enough. You'll see us there. It's only an 8-hour drive. So that's pretty close for Pacific Northwest people. Evan Rauscher says, how many offers do you get to drive for other people? Honestly, I haven't got a whole lot. My first ever opportunity to drive for someone else was factory QRC. Other than that, I'd only driven for my dad. And then other than that, I've driven for one other Outlaw car. I drove for Truck Shop Motors, I think twice. They have their one car. So I got the opportunity to do that. That was super fun racing with Ed and Todd and all them. Carly races with Ed all the time. That's her crew chief. And then other than that, I get messages obviously randomly here or there like, hey, do you want to drive this car or this? And you never know how legit it is or whatnot. But obviously it's tough because it's different parts of the country. So one of these days, if I'm ever in certain areas, I have a few people I might try to link up with and get in their car. My dad races wingless sprints in North Dakota. That's from Tanner. Hey, we got the same name. That's cool. Yeah, I've seen a few wingless races up in those areas. Those are fun to follow along with. Why did I pick the number 18T? Well, obviously the T in the number is for my name, Tanner, but the 18 is because I'm a huge Kyle Busch fan. So if you're not a Kyle Busch fan, you guys can boo me in the chat right now already. No, Kyle's a good guy. I love following him. He's just so passionate about the sport. Like I love the passion he has for racing. And it's that's what I strive for, to be that passionate about sprint cars and stuff. So he just loves what he does. And when he loses, he's not the happiest guy to be around, but that's how it is. Favorite track in Pennsylvania, Port Royal, 110%. Will I be coming to New Zealand? Yeah, I'm hoping to put together something to come to New Zealand soon. It's going to be tough to obviously make it all happen. There's a lot of things that need to go, but the plan is hopefully to maybe make something happen and be over there in New Zealand in 2022 or end of 2021, beginning of 2022. That'd be fun if we get the opportunity to do that. Have I ever heard about Tom Harris? Yes, Hoffman's Racing. I have heard of Tom Harris. I believe he ran a KKM car last year at Chili Bowl, and I enjoyed watching him. He's pretty gassed up. Nigel Webster says, if you like smaller tracks and want to be in Pennsylvania without being a high-end track, go to Clinton County Speedway. It's fairgrounds. They race 270cc micros and 305 sprints. Yeah, I saw a Facebook post. Someone shared it. Maybe it was on sprintcarfan.com. They shared it about Clinton County maybe doing a 410 race this year. So I never heard of that track, but that obviously got me interested, and I really wanted to check it out. Sawyer Laird said, I'm getting an 18T tattooed on my shoulder tomorrow. No way. Send me pictures of that. I'll put that in the vlog. Wow. Hey, thanks for the commitment. Am I going to Illinois in 2021? Colin asked. There's a good possibility you'll see us in Illinois. I know there's some tracks in that area, but very popular for midget racing. Midget racing would be something I'm interested in as well. And that whole area is very popular for that. Speedway is cool. Said, we want you to come to New Zealand. Go. I don't know that city, but yeah, no, I've done some research on New Zealand. Like I said, we might have some opportunities to get out there and make something happen in the coming years. And man, Speedway over there looks phenomenal. I love some of your guys' traditions. I know you guys just had Boxing Day and, like New Zealand, the national championship and the Grand Prix and some stuff like that on the North and South Island. So I've done my homework recently. And like I said, I want to get over there. Murphy Racing says, my dad is about to come out of retirement from racing and will race Roadrunners at Big Diamond. That's cool. I have no idea what a Roadrunner is. Maybe I should know what that is, but that's awesome. CFR Racing says, I got a Hornet in Northern California. Well, hey, man, maybe if we're ever in the right place at the right time, That would be cool to get the chance to watch you guys. I've talked to, I don't remember who it was, but there was someone in Southern Oregon. I need to reach back out to him. But they said, hey, whenever you get the chance, you and Bennett hop in our Hornets. Let's make it happen. So that's going to be a vlog on the channel for sure this next year. SGD Cranks 90 said, hi, Tanner. I've been watching for a while. Wanted to meet you when it came to Oklahoma, but couldn't make it. Well, I got some good news for you. We will be back in Oklahoma next year for sure. So hopefully we get the chance to meet each other. That would be a ton of fun. Hey, my designer from this last season, Kobe Stidham, said, yo, what's up? Let's see. As the push, this is from Hillbilly Hebrew. That's a cool name. As an old push truck driver, I've seen you guys like Sweet Larson, Kofoid Racing. You, in my opinion, have the skills and potential. Those guys, keep it up. Hey, thank you for the kind words, man. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm just a normal kid that just wants to work hard and make racing my deal. So it's a lot of fun what I get to do. Gage says, what's up? Dylan, do you have plans to come back to Oklahoma? Absolutely. 2021 will be our year in Oklahoma. We'll be there. Speedway is cool. Commented in New Zealand. They're super stocks. Yeah. So I think in one of my recent videos, I wasn't sure what those cars were called, but yeah, super stocks are a big deal in New Zealand, and they do quite a lot of racing down there with them. So super cool that everyone's super excited about them. Murphy Racing commented, a Roadrunner is sort of like a smaller and slower version of a street stock. They are called other names at different tracks. Gotcha. Makes sense. We probably have something along the lines of that then here in the Pacific Northwest. I try to tune in with all the other classes, but sometimes here in the Northwest, they run so many different cars on some nights that you don't really get the chance to follow along with everything because there's just so much racing going on. So it's a lot of fun though. CFR Racing says that she got some merch for Christmas. Well, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Wisco Boys says there is a $10,000 race next in 2021 at my hometown track in Wisconsin. You should come. Yeah, if you have more details on that, let me know. Like, I would love to make it to that event. That would be awesome. We welcome Trevin Fry to be a part of the team. He's now a channel member. Thank you so much, Trevin. That's awesome, man. One thing I was going to check up on during this live stream, if you guys have not yet subscribed here to the YouTube channel, please do so. We are 13 subscribers away from 40,000. And there was one thing I have, it's not anything huge. I have something planned if we do hit that. So if we hit that during the stream, I got something small planned. Just let me know. Comment in the chat because I'm not going to keep checking my phone. But it'd be cool to hit 40,000. I know that was our goal for the end of the year. And man, it's been fun. We've just been pumping out as much content as possible. We had some big videos that you guys really enjoyed, and now I kind of know which direction to go next year with some new things. And I'm gonna try to do a lot more videos on our backyard track. Like, those are the most fun to film. It's just tougher during the winter, but you guys seem to really like the backyard track videos. So if you have a suggestion for that, drop in the comments right now, and I'll make sure to make a note of those. Samuel Gold said, can you give a shout out to my dad? He crashed last week and is in the hospital. Hey, Samuel, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Prayers to you and your family, and keep me updated. Like, let me know. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery, man. You never want to see anyone get involved in an accident in motorsports. Michaela Trimble said, would you ever want to race Devil's Bowl? Yeah, Devil's Bowl has some big races. And what's it called? I think it's the Winter Nationals at the end of the year with ASCS. So one of these times we'll get down to Devil's Bowl. Oh, this is a good question. I'm excited to answer this. Murphy Racing says, what are your opinion on enduro cars? Yeah, so enduro is one of the most fun things. I ran one enduro and I would love to do it again. It was 1,200 laps. It was 3 hours, came out to about 1,200 laps, but man, I had a bunch of fun just ripping around there and getting the opportunity to like hop in and out of the car. That was with my friend Bennett and my teammate Daniel Whitley. So we got the chance to do that. That was a lot of fun. Wolf and Racing, thank you so much for the $5 donation, man. I really, really appreciate that. Let's see. Can I get a sweatshirt for if I got the new sweatshirt for Christmas as my favorite present? Emma, thank you so much for the support. It's awesome that if you guys got some Tanner Holmes merch. One thing you can do for me, like on Instagram, Twitter, email, like doesn't matter. Send me pictures of you guys in your new merch. I'd love to post them all over social media on my accounts. Like that's one of my favorite things, seeing you guys open it all up, and that's it's just awesome. Wretched Bands 23 said, Tanner, when is your next live stream? So yeah, I want to do more live streaming next year in 2021. I honestly haven't really taken advantage of doing many live streams. So let me know like right now, like how would you like me to utilize live streaming in 2021? I think Q&As are definitely fun. Try to do maybe one of those a month, but also like more live streams from the track. And I think doing them straight to the YouTube channel where everyone can tune in would be best. So I think that's something we're going to do. Maybe try to use it as like race recaps in the form of a live stream, or even like if we're at a big race, literally just I'll whip out my phone or, my computer and we'll do some streaming so you guys can be there right in the moment. Mason says there was a $26,000 to race Kyle Larson won in Wisconsin. I believe that was the race Rudine race. So one of these times we'll get to that. That's a lot of money to win, and a lot of money up for grabs like that usually. What just happened? My internet just go out? Oh, wow. Okay, so it must be my computer. Sorry, guys, my stream froze on my screen, so I don't have any questions. I don't have any one sec here. Oh, there it goes. It's back to normal. That was weird. So my stream froze on my screen. I just went and checked on my phone like to see if it was still up, and all of a sudden I was just staring at my phone. So anyway, back to keep sending questions in here. That was weird. Oh, look, here we go. Wolf and Racing had $2 donation. He said, hope you had a good day. More iRacing soon. Absolutely. We'll be doing that. iRacing is always a lot of fun. We'll definitely be bringing more of those to the channel during the off season. And then Mitch, welcome to being a part of the team, man. Thank you so much for that. Murphy said, how many wins did you bag this year? Yeah. So I think in total we had 6 or 7 between the karts and the sprint car. We had 4 sprint car wins, I know, right off the top of my head. And then I think we had 3 kart wins, 3 or 4. So a good season. It's funny. Before the live stream, someone came in and said, Tanner, rate your season. And immediately I thought, if I had to rate it, probably a 7.5 out of 10. And the reason for that, it's like not that we didn't have a good season. It was just, there's so many races that you can think of like, hey, we maybe let one go there or we made a mistake. But 7.5 out of 10, in my opinion, is like a phenomenal season. The only way I would ever probably rate my season like a 10 out of 10 is if I did something like Larson did, which is obviously like that's really tough to do, or even win half that many races. So as racers, I would say we're just the most hard on ourselves, and we always want to do better. Curtis said, Hunt the Front is doing Tuesday iRacing late models. By any chance you could do it? Yeah, I need to look into that. That'd be fun. I don't know if I'd make their big A main or however many cars they let in, because I'm not too fast in the late models. I'm more of a wing car guy. So I'll definitely look into that, though. Leak said, I met you at Skagit Speedway when you won. Good job, man. When are you going to do some more iRacing? Yeah, so like I actually said earlier, after the stream, I'll probably hop on the sim. If you guys all want to hop on, maybe we'll do some racing together. Ray said, what were your thoughts on racing at 81 in Park City, Kansas? So to get into that, Park City was like by far one of my favorite tracks I've ever been to my whole entire career. Just a bunch of fun, and hope to get back there next year. It seemed like as far as the facility went, like they've done a ton of improvements from what I've heard in previous years. And then also like the staff there was probably the coolest that we had met all year. It's funny. I got there and I met, I'm kind of blanking on his name, but they have a little show at 81 Speedway and they got me on it. It's funny. They like came and picked me up in this cart. They took me over to their studio. We put headsets on, we went live, we did all that fun stuff. And dude, super professional. Like they got their media going really good. Wisco Boy says, I race 4 cylinders. My second year on dirt, still no win, never have even won a trophy. Hey man, don't worry. It takes time to win races. It's really tough to win races. Like no matter what form, whether you're at a local dirt track or you're on the World of Outlaw tour, like it's hard to win races. And to be a good dirt racer, like it's tough. It's just like anything in life. Like it actually is really, really hard to win races. And only a few people, I guess, will really do that. So I think if you keep working hard, man, don't let it get you down. Like you're going to win plenty of races in the future, especially if you stick with it. We had one more person be a part of the team, Jackson Sawyer. Thank you so much to all you guys, all you new channel members. I'm definitely going to be, I'll post the Discord link. So if you guys want to join the Discord and hang out with us in there after the stream. CJR Racing 30 asked if we're going to be planning on going to the Chili Bowl. Not this year. Not this year. It'll be interesting to see if the Chili Bowl even happens. I know just with everything going on with the pandemic, it's hard to say. I think the Tulsa Shootout's really going to tell us if that's going to happen or not. Oh, Ray Ramey, he typed the name I was blanking on. Eric Chesterman. Yes, I met Eric. Great guy. If Eric's watching the stream, man, shout out to you. He does a good job with their media, 81 Speedway. Luke said, favorite sprint car driver besides Kyle Larson. I would have to say my favorite driver besides Kyle Larson is probably, man, that's a tough one. I do enjoy watching Sheldon Haudenschild and David Gravel. Cool that David posts vlogs now on YouTube. But yeah, Sheldon's just exciting. He's one of those guys, like, he's worth the price of admission. He's fun to follow along with. And so I really enjoy watching him. Mo9542 says Bridgeport or Port Royal. I would say probably Port Royal. I think I've just seen a lot more from that place. Bridgeport does look like fun, but Port Royal, I think, is really racy for wing cars. Oh, Wolfen Racing Studios. Welcome to the team, man. He joined as a member. Thank you so much, dude. Now, for all you channel members, just something fun in the live stream you can put. We have our TH logo, the 18T. So if you want to drop those in the chat, I know that's something they do on Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot. Chili Bowl is mask required. Yep. Yeah, that's what I saw a post on that today. And it seems like I said, it's going to really come down to the Tulsa Shootout, if that's going to happen or not. Jake dropped a $10 donation. World of Outlaws or All-Star Circuit of Champions, 410 wing sprint cars any day. Yeah, probably the World of Outlaws seems to be more, if you want to make a living in sprint cars, the World of Outlaws just has a little bit higher payouts. But definitely both are good series. They're run by great people. They draw in a lot of cars. They go to a lot of, cool racetracks. So either or is really, really good. Real quick, I was getting a text. I was going to see if my mom was tuning in, because she was letting me know how close we were to 40,000 subscribers. And so she was telling me, like, hey, you're getting a little closer. You're getting a little closer. And yeah, so we're a little bit closer there. We have about 10 to go. So let me know in the chat when we hit that. If you guys have not yet subscribed, please do if you're getting value out of this Q&A. Murphy Racing says, any good dirt racing mobile games? Yeah, I don't really do a lot of the mobile thing, but I know that there are some out there. I see posts on Facebook all the time about people getting their car in these certain mobile games and whatnot. So I bet if you did a little bit of research, you could definitely find some stuff along the lines of that. Joanne said, thanks for the merch. Anytime. Zachary Rich, quick shout out to Zachary. I see him all the time at Red Bluff, but main shout out because he won like my first ever giveaway I did here on the channel. He's just one of those guys that's been like on the channel forever. So Zachary, thank you so much for all the support. He's definitely one of our local fans that, like I said, watches all the videos. Dylan says you should come to the Salina High Banks. Let me know if I said that right. But yeah, definitely want to get there just because it's a fast racetrack. The Outlaws have been there in the past, and it's in the Kansas area. Sammy Davis said, what are your opinion on Texas and Outlaw karts? I definitely need to get to Texas soon for Outlaw kart racing. You guys would not believe, if any of you guys are from the Shawnee area, I believe it is, and you guys are going to be participating in the Outlaw Kart Super Bowl, like, let me know. I've been getting so many messages about trying to make it to that race, and I would absolutely love to. There's obviously a lot of things that would just need to fall into place, and I don't really think the chances are high of us coming there, but it would just be cool to see all you guys in the chat. And yeah, no, that's going to be a pretty cool event, and I might have some friends going there, so it'll be fun to follow along with how everyone does. When are we coming back to Millbridge? A fan asked. Millbridge doesn't have as many Outlaw kart races soon. I would need to see their schedule and see what their plan is, but maybe one of these times we'll get back up there, or get back over to the East Coast, I should say. When we'll be racing Skagit? Yeah, so Skagit's one of the big tracks on the schedule for us. Obviously, it's in the Pacific Northwest. We love to support our local tracks. And I know they're kind of moving back to Saturdays, which will probably actually make it a little bit tougher for us to get over there, just because it was nice to have, Thursday nights, where other tracks weren't racing. But we'll just try to fit it into our schedule. You'll see us at Dirt Cup you'll see us at some of the other big races they have. I believe Dirt Cup's 15 grand to win, 360 Nationals at Skagit's 10 grand to win. So, I mean, awesome to see how much they give back to the local racers with some high paying races. The Fresh Tires podcast said favorite dirt racing subscription, Flow or Dirt Vision. Flow, honestly, they're both good. Like Dirt Vision and Flow, Fast 4 Media, like all the people out there that are just doing stuff for dirt track racing, they do a heck of a job. So I would say whoever you can support, definitely support, just because like being good friends with Kyler Schott, Fast 4 Media, he puts so much effort into Outlaw karts and micros and dirt racing in general. So support whoever you can. Flow obviously is a big deal because they have so many races for such a small amount of money. So if you definitely can get Flow Racing, that subscription is 110% worth it, if not more than that, for just like I think it's $12.50 a month. Easton said I can set you up with racing a micro at Millbridge. Hey man, if you're serious, definitely reach out to me. If I'm ever back there in North Carolina, like I would love to make that happen. That would be so much fun to just get the chance to be in a micro and try it out. Then I can once I've driven a micro, then I can talk with all my buddies that have and maybe mess with them. Leia asked, do you know about UK contact cars, stock cars? Yeah, I've heard of those a little bit, and I feel like a few people have been in and out of the chat talking about some stuff in England and the UK, and that's a form of racing that I don't really know much about or have much knowledge on, but I would love to learn more about. Murphy Racing says Dale Earnhardt Sr. or Richard Petty, another name, the Intimidator or the King. See, unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to follow along with either of those guys, so it's hard to make judgment, but I think both of them were just such big icons in NASCAR, especially the glory days of NASCAR. That's one thing I wish I could go back. If I could time travel, I would 110% go back to the glory days of NASCAR and just see what it was like. Ken May said, don't forget to smash the like button. Absolutely. I usually don't ask you guys much to like. Like to me, if you guys like the video, you're going to like the video. But if you're definitely getting value out of this, definitely slap the like button. I guess I might as well do one more update because I know we're getting a little bit later. If we're closer to 40,000, yeah, we're a little bit closer to 40,000 subscribers. It's starting to come down to the wire, but so excited that we're going to hit our goal for this year. And then, start setting new goals for 2021. That's one thing I guess I would ask you guys. We're kind of getting here towards the end of the stream. It's getting darker here in Southern Oregon. Man, I hate how it gets dark so early this time of the year. But what are your guys' goals for 2021? I'd be interested to know. Maybe you want to win a specific race. Maybe you want to just win more races in general. Maybe you just want to run in the top 5 or top 10. Or maybe your goal is just to get started in racing. Drop it in the comments right now. I'd love to read some of them off. Give a few of you guys a shout out. Yeah. And hey, it doesn't even have to be a racing goal. Maybe you want to get some good grades in schools. You want to have a 4.0 average, anything. CFR Racing says, I want to hit 100 subs. SGD Cranks 90 says, is Carly going to race the sprints? Yeah, she's going to do about 15 races this next year, I think. Should be fun. Let's see. Like I said, make sure you guys drop some goals for this next year. A few of you guys are saying, oh, wow. All right. Look at that. My mom texted me. We hit 40,000 subscribers. You guys serious? That's pretty cool. Wow. That's awesome. So I have one little thing planned. Like I said, it's nothing. It's nothing big, but my mom got these for me here. I'll open it up. But yeah, thank you guys to everyone that subscribed. It's awesome that we hit our big goal for the year. I know, man, it's been tough this year with COVID and everything. And honestly, didn't even know what my season was going to look like, mainly just because, we just never know. So hang on, I'm going to take a step back. We got a little thing here. My mom got me a confetti thing. Yeah, that's funny. I figured I would do that in the live stream for you guys here. Wolf and Race dropped $5 donation. Thank you so much for 40,000. Hey man, I appreciate that. Now we got confetti everywhere, but no, yeah, we're gonna do a big thing for 40,000 subscribers. You guys definitely need to stay tuned. I'm working on our giveaway, what we're gonna be doing, and let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. I guess I'll just throw it out here in the live stream, but I really want to do like a FaceTiming with fans video, but also just like not even aside from like doing the video, like literally just FaceTiming with you guys. And I figured the best way to do it would be like doing a Zoom call, and then I can just move you guys in and out. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. I'll have some more details here in the next coming weeks. But super, super cool that we're able to hit that goal. I honestly didn't think we were going to hit it with what happened at the beginning of the year, and a couple months off from racing. It wasn't looking too good. But Carly's sprint car stuff, did pretty well, and a lot of you guys enjoyed that. So we're gonna have more of that on the channel here soon, and just really appreciate your guys' support. But like I said, let me know if you guys want to do a FaceTiming fans video, or in general. Like I said, I'll literally spend all day one day just like chatting with you guys. Like I just want to do stuff like that. Like aside from making a video, just getting the chance to meet all of you. You guys have done so much for my racing career. So anything I can do to give back, I would absolutely love to do. I got confetti on my shirt. Oh, that's good. That's good. Confetti's a good thing, man, especially if it's at a racetrack. So I figured we'll do Q&A for probably like another 30 minutes. If you guys have some questions, like I said, drop them here in the chat. It's getting a little darker. You've probably noticed the lighting change during the live stream, but man, I absolutely love getting the chance to talk with you guys. Like this is so much fun. And like I said, I'm just amped for 2020. It's gonna be our year, man. It's gonna be our year. Bullhead 7076 says, is there a Discord server? Yeah, so there's a Discord server for all of our channel members. So pretty much all the people that are channel members here on the YouTube channel, they get access to exclusive content and into our Discord server. And that's kind of how we just do that. That's the best way. And like I said, the biggest thing there is exclusive content. If you're a channel member, you get like minimum of 4, but usually about 6 to 8 extra videos a month. I've been trying to put out about 2 videos a week for those guys. So, I mean, realistically, like if you're a channel member and you watch all the normal vlogs, you're getting like 5 or 6 videos a week of just unique content. Dylan asked if I want to come back to Creek County. Yeah, I would love to come back to Creek. That was one of those places that was so small, so it was tough for me to kind of adjust, but Creek was a nice facility, and I think that was one of our largest car counts of the week. We had like 55 cars. Like that's nuts. Where did I get my wall sticker? Yeah, so if they're talking about this right here, I'll move out of the way. My wall sticker back there. One of our local photographers did it, and but I think in the future, this is another thing. You guys let me know. I really want to do some wall stickers on the merchandise store. Like just try to get some cheap wall stickers for you guys if you want to put it on your wall. They turn out really nice, and that thing's been up for like 3 years now. Looks great. Doesn't peel off the wall or anything. Let's see. Wisco Boys, where did you get your wall sticker? That was that. Is Grays Harbor in the plan for next year? Yeah, so I think you'll see us at Grays Harbor again, hopefully. That would be a lot of fun. Grays Harbor is one of those tracks that's pretty big here for the Pacific Northwest. We don't get the opportunity to do that too much. But yeah, no, you'll definitely hopefully see us at Grays Harbor in the future. This will be my first season running at Creek County. That's awesome, man. Creek's a lot of fun. That place looks like a blast to rip around for sure. What is your opinion on the best looking trophy in sprint cars? Let's see here.